Hello everyone! Today is going to be a World of Warcraft video, so if that's not really your thing, you can go ahead and turn the video off. I mean, if you want to watch, more than welcome to, but if it's not your thing, I understand. Today I'm going to be giving a in-game variation, in-character reason why we'll be giving everything up going from Legion to Battle for Azeroth. No spoilers, but in case you hadn't heard, and this really isn't a spoiler, that's why I said it, we're getting a stat squish when we go into Battle for Azeroth. Our item level is going to drop way down. I think our starting gear is going to be like 185. And we're no longer going to have the use of our legendaries and our artifacts. I mean, we will at first, but they're kind of discouraging it. They're dropping the item level. All the traits that you've unlocked in your artifact will be locked away, and things of that nature. Now, metagaming, the reason they're doing this is because the numbers have gotten really ridiculous, honestly. I mean, like, our legendaries were item level 1000. Most of the time when you were doing damage, it was just a bar of numbers on the screen. And while that does kind of make you, at first it makes you feel pretty powerful, you're like, yeah! After a while, you kind of just blurs everything together. So, why the developers are doing it makes sense. But why would your characters willingly take lower item levels for their gear and stuff like that? And I actually have an in-game reason for it. So let me explain. When we started Mists of Pandaria, we went to a land that had been locked away and lost for thousands of years, and during the course of it, we fought enemies that had been locked away for thousands of years, like the Shah, things of that nature, things that were pretty powerful. And so we had higher item levels, right? And then our heroes, our adventurers, our champions, they adventured to an alternate Draenor. And this Draenor was much more brutal and unforgiving than the one we found eventually that was broken apart and shattered. This Draenor was very tough, and so our heroes had to be tough to match. And then when we returned home from Draenor, we discovered that our foe, our eternal foe, the Burning Legion, has struck yet again. They are invading Azeroth. This time they're invading for real. They're not messing around. They want to bring Azeroth under their heel. And so we gather up our gear. We discover artifacts that have been lost to history, legendaries, that same thing, and donned the best gear we had. And we went out and we fought demons. We fought them toe to toe. We killed them. We chased them back to their base. And we stopped a Titan. So you think all that, you go, yeah, I know that, and it was pretty powerful. We did pretty good. But why would we give all that if we had gear that could do all those things? Because fel energy tends to, it's kind of like radiation in World of Warcraft. It tends to alter things it's in contact with for long periods of time. So, if you look at it that way, we have all this gear that has bathed in the blood of demons. It's been saturated with fel energy consistently. The campaign went on for months, and all the demons your characters killed in that period of time, that's a lot of demons. It's a lot of fel energy. In-game reason why we put the armor away is because it reminds us of a scarier time, a time we actually did not know if our world was going to be brought under demon heel, if we didn't know if our loved ones and our fellow champions were going to survive the coming onslaught of the Legion. And it may be that it made us more savage. Like I said, fel energy is like radiation. It tends to alter things, but unlike real life radiation, it tends to alter things in cool ways. One of the ways it usually tends to alter is it makes those more aggressive. So imagine you're a soldier. You fought, you discovered a legendary weapon. You fought against the Burning Legion along with other champions. You traversed the dark, went to the Legion's base, fought a Titan to a standstill. You come back home. Wearing that armor, all you feel is angry, still. You can't do anything. You can't play with your children because every time you look at that armor, you feel your heart starts to pound. You feel angry. You feel threatened. You look for signs of invasion, demon possession, evil manifesting that aren't there. And yes, this kind of does mirror a little bit of PTSD. And so I think that would be a really good in-game reason why, after Legion is over, after we have defeated these eternal foes, these bastions of evil, why we would actually take these armors, excuse me, why would we take these armors and these weapons and these things that served us so well? If they brought a Titan to its knees, why would we cast them aside? It's not because we don't want the power. It's because we're scared of the power. And to be quite honest, if you were a rational thinking being, you would be scared of that much power. I mean, when you're fighting immortal beings that would love nothing more than to rip your head off and to destroy your world, yeah, you need to bring your A game. When you're fighting your fellow beings over resources, again, like I said, no spoilers, it makes more sense for you to try to be mortal again, to try to be human, or orc, tauren, whatever. It makes more sense for you to try to live in this world and to garb yourself to deal with threats in this world. Now, does that mean that our item level won't go back up again? Of course it's going to go back up again because this is World of Warcraft. That's what it does. Is we as players, we love seeing our item level tick up. We do. We honestly do. We like having bigger and badder toys. We like having better and cooler looking gear. It's just a fact of life. But in game, and I know a lot of, if you don't have role playing realms, then you may actually never have given a thought to what your character actually does, and that's okay too. I mean, the game plays perfectly fine for whatever level of depth you want to plumb for it. But this is just trying to give a in-game rationale why your character would give up all that power to scale himself back. And again, it's just my opinion. Obviously, I don't work for Blizzard. I don't know if they have their own in-game rationale of why we would do, give up our gear, give up our armor, give up our legendaries. Maybe they do. If they do, we haven't seen it yet. But this, like I said, this is just my opinion. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Do you agree with me? Do you think that sounds like a really good game rationale? And that is the GM in me talking, yeah, that actually makes sense. It'd be like playing a campaign where you ran your characters from level 1 to level 20 or 30, depending on what edition of D&D you're playing or what game you're playing, and they vanquish this cosmos destroying threat. Afterwards, it would be an interesting campaign to make your players keep the same characters, but they give up all that gear. It reminds them of a time that they want to forget. I just think that'd be interesting. So, I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you did like the video, go ahead and please give it a like down below. If you are a first-time subscriber, welcome. And I hope you all have a great day.